Hi, writers. Okay, so this is the final video for week 2. In this one, we will be going over your writing exercises for the week. There are a few. So, your first writing exercise, I want you to give yourself a time limit, say a half hour. If you want, you can do a Pomodoro. If you don't know what a Pomodoro is, basically you write for 25 minutes and then you take 5 minutes, 5 minute break. And you can do as many Pomodoros as you want. I love Pomodoro as a technique to get me writing and to get me focused on one thing for 25 minutes before I go clean, call someone, get on social media, etc. So let's say you do a Pomodoro, right? You write for 25 minutes and you write about one image that comes to mind or an image that has stayed in your memory for the last couple of days or a memory that has stayed with you since childhood. I don't know. But I want you to use that image as a prompt and I want you to use vivid, concrete details. I don't want you to explain the image to the reader, but allow it to evolve into a metaphor. So, for example, the other day I did a Pomodoro and the image was a tree. And it was the tree in my backyard, the plum tree that was in our backyard when I was growing up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, in the 1980s. I know a plum tree in Bushwick, Brooklyn, in the 1980s. Who knew? Well, I became a writer in that tree, and I wanted to write about that. And I was trying to push myself to kind of prod my memory. And I kept going back to trees, right? So that's the image that I use, the plum tree in my backyard. So I want you to write for 25 minutes to a half hour on one image, okay? That can be whatever. It can be a tree, it can be your mother's hands, it can be, I don't know, a pair of earrings that you love, a scarf that you love to wear on your head, whatever you want it to be, okay? You're going to use that image as a writing prompt. Now, when you go back and you to revise, if your essay is more than 500 words, I want you to revise it, chop it up, so you can stay under the limit. Find and keep only what's essential because remember the point of a flash piece is one that it's short and that it's precise. There are no extraneous words, okay? All right, that's one writing exercise. Writing exercise 2. Open a book of poetry and write down the first line you see as an epigraph, as an opening quote. Or you can pick one of the poems that you love. Perhaps it's a Mary Oliver poem. I love Mary Oliver. Um, or perhaps you can get an epigraph from one of your favorite poems. I've done this several times with Audre Lorde's Litany for Survival, which is one of my go-to poems. And I want you to write an essay using the epigraph as a starting point for either form or content or imagery. If you write more than 500 words, you must trim and cut during revision, though, to stay under the limit. Please don't try to stay under the limit as you write. Just write. You can go back and chop it up later. I have never written a flash piece in one sitting. I'll write it and then I'll find what it is I'm trying to say, and then I'll start to cut, right? And I'll focus on the image and I'll cut words, okay? So that I stay under the limit. I want you to find and keep only what's essential. So those are your 2 writing exercises for the week. Um, I will create a dialogue box so we can discuss how this was. You don't have to necessarily share what you came up with, although if you would like to, I would love that. Please do. You can share one, okay? Make sure it's on 500 words and below. And also share what it was like to do the exercise. One of the reasons I love this exercise is one, because it keeps me focused on the image. And I love poets for their ability to be succinct, right? There's no extra words. Every word matters. So it keeps me focused. And I'm the kind of writer that just wants to write and write and write. And I'll go on and on and on. But Flash keeps me focused, right? And helps me chop away words that just are too much. Okay? All right. So good luck with this. Please let me know how it went, and I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.